But imagine him sitting on a couch, talking to his wife, talking to his son, looking his daughters in the eyes while he is raising those covers up to make sure that they are safe and sound, and then feeling like this, going to the fridge, grabbing a shot or that six-pack and sitting on that couch and barely being able to kick up his feet because he's thinking about, damn, I gotta go to bed here in a little bit to be up early to sell my soul once again, only to come back and do the same shit over and over again. Hey, it's Soul Sunday, and I keep getting reminded about this song, so I felt like I needed to come back to it. If you don't know who this is Oliver Anthony. Apparently this song went completely viral with Richmond, north of Richmond. I already like the wordplay. I'm not gonna take up too much time. We locked in. Let's clock in. Without further ado, Oliver Anthony. Let's go.
I've been selling my soul, working all day.
Oh my.
Overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away. Drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Hold on. I had a thought. And I'm sure he's talking to people like him and the maybe the farmers, the working society, that working class, but mine's a little bit different. The way I hear this, I feel like this is a therapy session, and maybe it's just me, but think about this. I'm gonna run this back, but think about this as if he's talking to his son, his daughter, his wife, his mother, and let's see if that shit hits different, because that's exactly what I felt. Run it back.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away. Drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do.
Right.
And they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men,
the emotions that man feels right there, it is perfect that he's in the woods somewhere, because it is evident that's exactly how he feels. He feels alienated. He's doing the best that he can. And he says, I'm working my ass off. I'm selling my soul. I'm just working. I'm trying my best. I'm putting in overtime. I'm doing more work. It's trash pay still. And then the only way I can get through this is to go home, probably plop down on the lazy boy, grab a beer, and drink my sorrows away. Just thinking that I'm in this new world with an old soul. There's a lot of things that this man is giving, but the emotions, the rawness, the genuine feel, it brings me back to, if a man feels this way, if a man understands, like, hey, these are the battles that I got to go through outside of my home, I got to make different decisions. Because I got to make a choice of who I'm going to be with, and who I'm going to be with is also going to help me or damage me. Because if I'm going to be a father, a mother, a brother, anything in life, all of this impacts. And the way that I feel, the way that I stand, the way that I express myself is going to mean something. Think about the decisions that are made inside that house. My man might not even be able to come in and kick up his feet, because he's not comfortable with how he's providing with his family. This shit is deep. He's talking to from a dark place, but he's doing it with raw emotions, and I can respect that. Run it back. Listen to this man.
You know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit,
Thanks.
and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men.
Beautiful guitar play too.
I wish politicians would look out for minors, not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
Whoa. I got chills because I'm starting to understand a lot of things. He's looking at every single perspective and he says, I'm pointing all this shit out. There is a problem with the welfare system. There's a lot of people that abuse that system. And this is why, when the pendulum swings, it swings in such a hard way. Because then people become dependent on it. And next thing you know, you got people that are working. Now you got another set saying, well, why the fuck am I paying taxes over here? My tax money is going to this. And let's go back to the beginning of his second verse. This brother said we got the famous, the millionaires going out and getting islands for the younger generation. The trafficking. And that's not a minor problem. That's not wordplay. That's not a minor problem. That's a major problem. You shouldn't be so bored in life that you should have to feel like I got to go out and play with others. This game is sick. He talks about inflation, the value of $1. But for a man that's trying to do his best, he's saying, look, man, I don't care about none of that. I'm just trying to take care of myself and hopefully, ultimately, take care of a family, it seems like. That's why I like these country boys. I do. I can tell you right now, I'm from the country, so sometimes it's just better for me to be able to sit on my back porch and truly just have a little shot of whiskey, listen to the crickets, listen to the frogs, and be in my own zone. Because sometimes minding my own damn business is what's best, because I don't care about what everybody else going on. It's not like I don't see it, though. Run it back.
Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
I can tell you one thing. In the previous videos, you can go back and find it yourself. It was in Last Resort where I really talked about it with Falling in Verse. But I've had some of these issues. And some people might be like, oh, that shit is weak. I'm sorry. I don't care what you think. But when those thoughts get overwhelming and you don't know how to sort them out, this is where you end up. This is why him talking about this in such a genuine way, I don't care what style of music it is, these things happen. And when people get so close to taking themselves out, communication needs to happen. If you're looking for a way out, hopefully you have the right people around you. But when you're in communities and societies and these villages that we talk about, and they're also corrupt, who do you got? Who do you got? And then why would you want to raise a family in those type of situations? If that's what's being offered to you, why would you want to bring more life into the world when you're struggling yourself? When you lay down at night and you know that you've got mouths to feed, that shit hits different. It hits different. I can tell you right now, I got awards and shit all over, my house. You know who doesn't give a damn about it? My girls. And I'm happy that they don't have to deal with or think about all the stress and the sacrifices that went with that. Because I've been in many different countries as a veteran, stood on foreign soil, and sometimes the thing that I'm most worried about was the grass that they walked out of in their own homes in the United States. Because I just hoped as a father that I could give them something that I couldn't have as a child. But the happiness comes with the conflict that this man is talking about. Brother, you're talking, and I appreciate you really pointing all this out. There's a lot of things going on politically. And it's not like I'm trying to be political about this. I'm hoping that both sides can talk to one another to come to some common ground. I'm hoping that, people can start focusing on the things and giving back to the poor. Who doesn't want that? Who would not want that? I don't want to just walk past the problem and not talk about it. I don't want to look at inflation and be like, oh, there's no problem. I'm sorry, there is. I don't want to walk past corruption and be like, no, the good old boy system's fine because I'm in it. Nah. What about people that aren't? Come on.
300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground.
It's crazy.
'Cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up
Crazy.
and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men, north of Richmond.
We got to be careful. There's plenty more.
I've been selling my soul, working all day,
But the dog.
overtime hours for bullshit pay.
I want to put this man back up on the screen. I want to find a good shot because I want to talk to you, brother. Thank you. Because there's plenty of the working class. I saw my mother get fired from jobs. I saw plenty of family members. I saw the men in my family have to switch jobs because they were just trying to support their families. And I know that hits different for everybody. Every culture has their own thing that they have to deal with. But I'm just talking from the stance of what I've seen. I knew what it was like when I got the phone call and I heard, hey, I'm pregnant. My whole world is about to change. And what I'm working for, as a man, I can only speak from a man's perspective. I was just like, how am I supposed to do this? In situations in an economy that was jacked up, and it's been jacked up for years. I'm not talking about the last fucking month. Let's be real about that. But I knew, I was like, my world's about to change. And all the things that I thought about, that's why I said, when I come back and I think about how he presented this, I'm sure he did it for the working class. But imagine him sitting on a couch, talking to his wife, talking to his son, looking his daughters in the eyes while he is raising those covers up to make sure that they are safe and sound, and then feeling like this, going to the fridge, grabbing a shot or that 6-pack and sitting on that couch and barely being able to kick up his feet because he's thinking about, damn, I gotta go to bed here in a little bit to be up early to sell my soul once again, only to come back and do the same shit over and over again. It happens everywhere. The emotion that man just gave right there, sometimes you gotta bare your soul. And I'll be honest, that's why I like country music and the style that it is sometimes, because it's just like, you gotta let that shit pour out. And if that means you gotta have a bottle of whiskey and the only thing you got your truck and man's best friend, it should be like that. If that's what it takes for you to not have others feel less than and you gotta sort through your own things, and this is your outlet, I'm glad music happened to be his outlet. He talked about a lot of things. As a man who has girls, this hits home. And I can only imagine those that are sitting in the working class right now trying to figure out, how far is my dollar gonna stretch? It's crazy. I can see why this is viral. I can see why this went viral, and I can see why so many people can relate to it. It's gonna resonate for a lot of people because they can see the corruption. They can see that they're trying their best. They're trying to stay in the system to where they can make it, but then inflation increases. So that dollar doesn't stretch as far. And then you start to see all the people that have the dollars in these sticky situations. And you're like, how the fuck are they so special? You got people on welfare abusing the system. Why is there nothing happening there? The rich get rich and the poor get poor. And it's not just happening in DC. I know that that's what he talked about, but it happens everywhere. When you see stuff like this, ask yourself, what can you do? When you hear somebody going through situations like this, if you can put yourself in their shoes for a minute, I promise you it's probably gonna go a long way. You might not be able to do anything about it because you might be struggling on your own. You might have your own issues, and everybody does. But when you see somebody, are you willing to listen? Because at the end of the day, that's all he really asks of us. Are you willing to listen to what I gotta say? And I'm speaking for the voiceless. I'm speaking for people that I sit and have dinner with, that I have conversations with, that we go down back in the backside of the woods. We might go hunting, but that might be the only joy that I got. But what I will ask you to do is I want you to explain the best or most impactful line that resonated with your heart. That's what I want you to drop. And tell me why. This whole channel is built to connect. We in the same place. Because the same struggles that you're fucking going through, I'm going through the same ones. That's all that fucking matters. I hope you guys can educate each other, educate your family, make the right decisions to say, hey, this ain't best for us. And listen. Don't just assume what your thought process is the most important. Listen to people. On that note, take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Don't make any drastic decisions. Stay blessed. I'm gonna go ahead and get the fuck up out of here.